Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. Join our resident anime nerd Mackenzie and anime noob Lindsay as they delve into their VHS vault and review the best and worst of what the 80s and 90s had to offer. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that.
Ciao! Welcome back, everybody.
Oh no. I already don't like where this is going. I've never seen Cars. I feel like you're about to show me like the Cars edition of anime.
No, I just needed something to intro and catch everybody off surprise and welcome them. So.
Off surprise?
Yeah.
All right. Well, consider me
off surprise. No, I picked something that you like dearly this week for the episode, Mackenzie.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're treating me?
I hear you like cats.
Fucking hope so. I've got two of them.
And I hear you like women.
You say that in a creepy way.
I hear you like women in a not creepy way.
I was gonna say, when it comes to the options of people I prefer, of the many options there are, typically it's women.
Well, what if it was like Catwoman, but with 80s spandex, and there was 3 of them?
Are they like, do they look like furries?
No, they look like,
okay,
they're like sexy women, except for the one because she's underage, in like spandex unitards, and they're cat burglars.
Okay, so they don't actually look like...
No.
Okay, good. Then yes, I'm totally cool with this.
Well, that's cool.
No offense to the other people, not yuck and your yum, just not my thing.
Yep. Well, that's good, because this week we're going to watch 1983's cartoon show Cat's Eye.
Oh, I've never seen this, but I've heard of it. Gosh. You said they're cat burglars, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to place an image in my mind of what this looks like. I can't do it. What am I in for here?
Okay, so basically, the 3 Katsugi sisters, they run a cafe.
Of course.
By day, called the Cat's Eye Cafe.
Okay.
And by night, they are 3 cat burglars, and they are trying to steal like various pieces of art and jewelry because they all used to belong to their father's like art collection that he had, but he mysteriously went missing.
Oh.
And so they're trying to get all these pieces to try and figure out where he is.
Is it really theft if it was stolen from you in the first place?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Because like...
Ask the indigenous people.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're stealing back the stuff stolen from their father.
Yes, in hopes to try and track him down.
Oh, so he's not dead. He's just like...
He's just missing. But yeah, there's a catch because they're... Okay, so their cat burglar name is Cat's Eye, and their cafe is named Cat's Eye.
Oh.
And they don't cover their faces. They're just 3 like mysterious cat burglars. And their cafe is across the street from the police station where Detective Toshio, who is the main detective on trying to find and track down Cat's Eye.
So he's just the worst detective in the world.
He is.
He's like, hey, ladies of the Cat's Eye Cafe, have you seen these women? And he holds up a photo of them.
Yeah. Also, he's engaged to one of them.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the series is hilarious. I think the keywords I wrote down for it were like campy, spy, Mission Impossible.
This sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it is a hoot.
How long is it?
So we're watching 3 episodes.
Okay. Are they OVAs or actually a series?
No, it's a full series. So series 1 premiered in 83, and it was 36 episodes.
Oh, wow. It's like a full series.
Yeah, and then series 2 premiered in 84, and there was 37 episodes.
I'm surprised that it was a full-ass series.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a couple OVAs.
No, it's a very healthy series.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Good.
Because literally when you said ka-chow, I thought...
I know.
Like, at the times at the start of episodes, I try to like trick you or say silly things, but I thought you were doing the same thing, but you weren't going to trick me.
Yeah, no, I just needed something to open the episode with and get everybody drawn in.
You got me drawn in with sexy spy ladies.
And cats. There is 1 cat in it.
I was going to say, this is... Other than the name Cat's Eye, there's nothing cat-like.
I know. There's 1 cat. So there you go.
Can it talk?
No.
Oh.
But it has really cool markings.
I'm intrigued to get my spy on. Hold on. Is it like Totally Spies? Do they have like a secret thing under their
No, I wish it was like totally spies.
Okay, so it's literally just like their only equipment is what they can put in a bag, basically.
Yeah, kind of, but they're all like super smart. And the other thing is like they leave notes for the police being like, hey guys, we're going to be stealing this tonight.
Why?
I don't know.
Like before they steal it?
Yeah. And they still get away with it every time.
This has to be a fetish thing for them.
Just like a Dobby mommy thing.
Just like almost getting caught.
Ooh.
That's what I bet is happening here, and I'll be the judge of that. I'll come back with my full detailing of whether I think this is just a fetish for them or not.
Oh my gosh, do it.
Obviously, getting their dad's stuff back is important.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
But the leaving the notes to be like, hey, cops, come and find me. I'll be here at this time. Which is even weirder because it's like her fiance.
I know, and he just doesn't know this.
I doubt we'll see it this early on in the series of the 3 episodes, but I really hope, but also would feel really bad if like there was a moment where like he kisses her in her like cat's eye form, but he doesn't know it's her, and then she's like, oh, that's so hot. Wait a second.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you some stuff once you come back from watching them.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go watch Cat's Eye.
Meow.
Shut up.
All right, meowdy everyone, and welcome back. Mackenzie, meow, are you doing?
Why are you a cat all of a sudden?
Because it's
fun.
fun.
Right. Sorry. Because we watched Cat's Eye.
We did. Did the show have you feline good, or was it a cat astrophe?
Oh, man. Well, all right.
She's coming
really
fast and loose with these. Yeah.
those are pretty dang good. I greatly appreciate the punnage going on here.
I thought you might.
I'm a pun master, so anytime anyone drops some puns on me, I'm always feeling good. No, you treated me again this week.
Oh, did I? Good.
This was a blast.
I mean, it is pretty fun.
Like it was simple, but it was well thought out.
Yeah, I agree.
It's charming, has a great soundtrack, the animation's fun, and the characters are great. Like every single character has their own distinct personality and style, which like obviously you do often in series, but this one was like able to offer like immaculate like lady spy vibes while still moonlighting as like a slice of life anime.
Yeah, it was like very Charlie's Angels.
I love spy shit. I love James Bond as a kid. I loved like Sherlock Holmes as a kid. Sure, spy stuff's campy and sometimes it's ridiculous when things that shouldn't work do, but the spy genre needs that kind of thing. It needs
absolutely.
Silly gadgets. It needs dumb stuff that shouldn't happen. And like, if you're a fan of spy films or spy anime and you haven't seen Cat's Eye, you damn well better, because it's pretty good. Like, it feels like a classic, and it has 75 episodes, so it clearly must have been pretty dang popular to continue running for that long. I can see why those who on the internet mentioned really loving it love it. I think it's pretty dang fun.
Yeah, and I mean, all the episodes are on YouTube, so you can go and watch them after you finish listening to this podcast.
Hell yeah. I would love a modern retelling of this. I don't want to modernize in all ways, mostly just the animation, but there's an anime that I think we've talked about before called City Hunter.
Yeah, I was just going to bring this up, that they had like a cool crossover, because City Hunter is written by the same person who wrote Cat's Eye.
Yeah, and they like did like a cameo in like the last movie or whatever of it.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool to see. So I would love to see like a modern full retelling of the story, because like I love the characters. Hitomi is the middle sister, who's I believe technically like our main character of all of them would be Hitomi, because she's dating the cop. And
yeah, I think I would agree with you.
Yeah, and she does most of the action. Rui, the older sister, like the planner and the mastermind, and then the younger sister, who like deals with intel and all the trickery and gadgets,
all the recon.
Yeah, exactly. And I really like that Ai is in high school and they treat her that way, like no late nights, still have to study, because it adds a nice dynamic to this like family structure. And it's like, hey, we're still a spy show and a spy family, but we are also a slice of life anime.
Yeah, I thought that was, I really liked how they handled her. It really solidified that kind of family unit and the importance of it.
She sticks to the role really well, where she's like, I'm still a high schooler. My stuff involves around high school stuff too, which is pretty cool.
Well, and
so
even
I was a big fan of that.
I would say even with the plots and stuff like that, like they really incorporate her high school identity in it really nicely.
Yeah, like in episode, I think it was episode 3, when it's like, hey, the technical villain of this episode is her high school best friend.
Yep.
Technical villain. And like, if she was just like, I'm a high schooler, but I'm a spy and I don't go to high school, then it completely ruins the point. It's like, then just make her an adult too.
Well, exactly.
But
Yeah.
this doesn't do that. And I really, really, really liked that. So no, it was pretty damn good. But I'll get a bit more to that as we kind of as I break down the episodes I watched, which definitely left me wanting a bit more. So I'll probably watch some more, which you'll understand once I start talking about it.
I'm so excited.
Kicking off things though, I want to talk about the intro song.
Oh man.
Because like it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's so fun.
It's catchy. It definitely suits like the vibe of the show, like 80s spy ladies.
Yep, absolutely.
It didn't go like super dramatic like a lot of spy stuff does. It was a little more fun with it.
Yeah, it still had that camp.
I know a lot of like Japanese songs will do that where they put like, English words into like the songs for some reason, even words that have Japanese words for it for some reason. But this one would do it like mid-sentence. Instead of just like the last 2 words, it would also be like random English word mid-sentence, like sometimes like a random word that didn't need to be English. But other than that, it was a great opener. And then the closing song,
Oh my gosh, I loved the closing song.
is literally an 80s workout animation that
It's
starts with like,
so
are you ready,
awesome.
girls? And they're just
Woo,
like
hair flip.
dancing and like doing like aerobics from the 80s.
They've got their like Jane Fonda bodysuits on.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I liked it more than the intro.
Yeah, it's really
I think it's
fun.
super fun. It's so 80s it hurts. Like it's so
Oh, yeah.
good. Because I was not expecting that. Because we often see the thing where it's like, oh, it's actually, I was expecting the ending song to be about the cop.
Yeah.
Because it's
or-
always
yeah.
about the other person that's like a secondary and makes them feel like they're the main character at the end. But this one's like, oh no. No, we're going jazzercise, bitches.
Hell yeah. We're the main 3, and we're going to keep reminding you of that. Now get up and dance with us and do some aerobics. Get your cardio.
Yeah, when they were like, are you ready, girls? I was expecting like some sort of like Cowboy Bebop, like crazy jazzy thing, but they're like, nah, we're working out.
Woo!
I was like, fuck yeah, let's
I
go.
love it.
So,
Because, I mean, you're just so pumped after watching an episode, you should probably do aerobics.
exactly. Just work off that spy lady sweat. That's a weird thing to say. But
Yep.
you know what I'm getting at here. Speaking of spy ladies, episode 1 is titled, You're a Sexy Thief.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Also, love these episode titles.
And so we start off with a flashbang going off in the sky, distracting the police and the guards at what I believe was a museum. We cut inside to where a crane picks up a glass display box, moving it into the ceiling, which I don't understand how they got like a powerful crane arm inside, considering we never see them with anything other than a backpack. But hey, it's all good. I'll excuse it.
It's like in Dungeons and Dragons when you just like pull stuff out of your backpack. Maybe they have a bag
Yeah,
of
they
holding.
got a bag of holding, exactly. And so the 2 women escape out a window with their stolen package and are met by their younger sister who's riding rollerblades, which was really cute way of being like, hey, she's the youngest. She wears rollerblades.
Whoa.
But psych! They all don a pair and escape at top speeds through the streets until they
That's how
dip
you
down an
know
alley.
they're so cool.
Oh yeah, it gave me Wonder Woman rides a skateboard vibes, if you get what I'm saying when I say
yeah,
that.
I do.
Linda Carter's skateboarding episode.
So good.
So they dip down an alley and all these cop cars crash into one another and they kind of smirk at it. And I'm like, your boyfriend's in one of those. This is clear. I want to say this
Not
right
boyfriend,
now up front.
fiance.
Not
Oh
yet.
no, not quite. Not yet. No,
No,
sorry.
no.
He's married to
I-
to crime and detective work.
He says that once he catches them, he'll
Yes.
marry her.
That's what it was.
Or he'll propose to her. But I feel like this has to be a fetish for her.
It must be.
Because she's like, she's toying with him because she's always making fun of him, like trying to like make fun of him for not catching them and trying to give him hints. But also like he's always getting hurt from things she does. And she clearly is always like, oops. She's into it.
Yeah.
She is
I know.
clearly-
I was like, do you think that she actually loves him or that she's just staying close with him to like get intel and stuff like that?
No, I think she actually loves him. I think it's
Mhm.
just, it's an because we get that moment, which I'll talk about in a bit. Actually, we'll get to that moment where that happens.
We'll get to it.
Police cars crash, and the main cop guy gets chewed out by his boss for letting him get away, threatened with demotion and all this shit. And so
Yeah.
he heads to the cafe across the road to hang out with his girlfriend, aka member of the Cat's Eye,
Ooh.
to work off some steam. She's like, wow, what did they steal this time? And all he wants is an Americano. He wants
Yep.
not to talk until
Doesn't
he gets his
want
dang
anything.
coffee. No, he's one of those people that has a coffee mug at work that just says, "Don't speak to me until I've had my coffee."
Yep, 100%.
AKA the worst people to have in your office. They poke fun at him for a little bit, and he complains that the store should change their name, as you had mentioned, because like, oh, it's the same name as the robbers. It's so stressful. And they're just like, well, you better catch him so that we don't have to. He goes to leave and she's like, excuse me, your bill?
Oh my gosh, just like continually kicking him while he's down.
Which again plays into her very clearly like dommy mommy vibes here of just like,
oh man,
it's her
great.
boyfriend. He had coffee at her cafe and she's like, pay me for this $2 to the Americano.
That's 300 yen. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's now the evening and Rui is talking to Hitomi being like, hey, you may love him, but he's still our enemy, and love between a cop and a thief will be hard. And this is where I believe she truly does love him.
Mm-hmm.
She just loves playing with him and messing with him. I don't know if he's ever going to find out because I haven't seen all the episodes, but I hope.
Do you want a spoiler?
No, I don't.
Okay, then I won't give you a spoiler.
I think I'm actually going to watch this.
Okay.
So we learn their next theft is for the Queen's Tear Jewel. But the curator has placed a fake and hidden the real one in an underground vault full of traps.
And he's so like pompous about it. He's like, ha ha ha, these ladies will never figure it out.
No, except the fucking dummy Toshio is like, hey girlfriend, who's actually the cat's eye that I don't know.
Right?
Let me tell you everything about the fake gem while we go on a grocery trip.
Let me just tell you like our whole entire plan about where we're going to be and when and like what the secrets are and all that fun stuff. I was like, you're a terrible cop.
Like, you can't, like, imagine being like a secret agent and just going to your friends and being like, hey guys, guess what I'm doing this weekend?
Right?
Like, you can't do that.
No. And I was like, maybe maybe you wouldn't not catch them 6 times if you stopped just telling people outside of your police precinct about what your department's doing. I don't know.
Or maybe if she's the only one you tell, you pick up on that the one person you're telling
has inside information. Yeah, right?
But he's a dumb boy.
He's a terrible detective.
So
you could maybe even say he is a defective detective.
Oh. So we cut to the night of the heist. And the curator is refusing to allow police near the real one because he thinks, oh, if we put police down there, they'll know that it's a fake.
Yeah, it'll give it away.
But it's also like, well, then hide them down there. Like, do something.
I know.
But he's so cocky.
You don't need to have 4 cops standing around one case. Like, you can put 2 cops around that case and then put 2, or 3 around there and put 1 in the basement. Like
put them in a box. I don't know. So the girls fly in on hang gliders.
Iconic.
And one of them crashes on the roof, but is okay. She just isn't good at landing.
Yep.
They make their own way into the building, and they head straight for the unguarded vault, because why wouldn't they?
Well, duh. They're making the job easy for them.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the next thing that happens, okay, Hitomi pulls a photo that I somehow got that's like a screen grab of the camera view.
Yeah.
And proceeds to throw it at the camera. Now, 2 points here, okay?
Okay.
1, it wouldn't be able to focus.
No, because it's
and 2,
literally right against the aperture or whatever.
There's also no light to show it because there's nothing, it's being placed right up against the lens.
Yeah.
But still classic spy move. So I'm going to let it go because I love dumb spy shit. Okay.
You really got to suspend your disbelief.
You got to suspend your disbelief a little bit here. While this is happening, the curator is like being all cocky and offers Toshio a drink. And he's like, I'm on duty. I'm not going to drink.
He's like, I'm being irresponsible.
Yeah. But then he starts making fun of Toshio for a bit for like thinking that they could get into his other vault. So he like drinks the curator's drink and the curator's all, but you're on duty.
Yeah, right? I was like, okay, guy.
Oh, my lordy. So anyways, so they put on these special glasses and they see infrared lasers, a classic spy thing. And she's about to like go crawling underneath them. And Rui's like, hold on, girl. And like tosses a coin on the ground and it like starts to like melt. And I guess the floor is so electrified that it's like really
melting
hot.
Metal. Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense because the metal is in no way colored as if it was hot.
No, it would be glowing.
I think unless electricity works differently for that, I don't know. So they take a grapple gun to shoot a line so that they can have Hitomi like run or like crawl across
Impossible.
it. Yeah, but like horizontally.
I guess it would be more like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they get their jewel and they make their escape right before Toshio decides to like go down and check while the curator falls asleep. And he sees like the elevator going up past him. He's like, no fucking way, no fucking way. And he runs to the roof as the girls escape when I picks them up via a ladder from a small biplane.
Well, and the thing is, like, he ran up those stairs and was able to catch them. Like, dang.
Boy's got that cardio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, his cardio game is on point.
They get away in this plane and the cops are like following them and they're like, they're gonna land at this golf club. Go to the golf club.
Golf
But
course.
as the golf course. Well, there's usually a golf club at a golf course. But it turns out that this plane can fold up and it gets
Yeah.
loaded into a truck and they just drive off after landing.
Because it's not suspicious that this, like, giant semi that could hold an airplane is just leaving at the same time.
Well, thankfully I didn't see the semi. Toshio does get reamed out for that. But so this is where we meet Nagaishi. I'm going to call him N because I'm going to keep messing up that name. Who I'm pretty sure is going to end up a villain. Like he's using them to grab all the items because he was a friend of their father's. And I feel like once they have them all, he's going to like take off with them or something. I don't know. Maybe he's just truly
he's like
a good guy. Maybe he
a double agent or something.
Yeah, maybe he is actually just, what did they
Like an
call him
uncle.
in Charlie's Angels?
Oh, Bosley?
Bosley. Maybe he is just, not Bosley, the guy on the megaphone.
Oh, Charlie?
Yeah, sorry, of course, Charlie's Angels, Charlie, duh. Maybe he's just actually like a Charlie to them, and he's not evil.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
so-
you'd be more of a Bosley if we're going for that metaphor.
Like
Like,
that's true.
He's,
Yeah, that's
he's
fair.
the support, not the main.
That's fair. That's true. We end up with the girls making fun of Toshio again back at the cafe over the whole heist. And the like cat jumps on him and it's being all adorable and running around him. And he like grabs it off and like, hey, stop with that. And he sees the jewel that was stolen and on its cat collar. And because these girls are just so smooth, she's like, oh, it's an imitation. And he's like, oh, okay. Meh.
Yep. I loved that part so much. These girls are just toying with him. It's so good.
I love them. That's why I want a modern like animation of this because I just think they're so good.
Yeah, it's definitely really fun.
He's such a dummy. He's a lovable dummy, but he's such
Oh,
a dummy.
absolutely. Oh, yeah.
But actually, here's the thing though. He's a dummy because he always shares the information with his girlfriend. But also, you can't blame him when like all the stuff goes wrong at the same time because you wouldn't expect your girlfriend to be a criminal because as we learn, they all still think that the cat's eyes are men.
Yeah, which I was like, how has nobody ever seen them
Trust
in
me, I got
action?
notes on that. I was like, what
Okay,
the
great.
fuck?
Yeah, okay. I feel like when we get to the point where it's revealed to them that they're women, I feel like we'll have a lot of conversation.
But at the moment, it's like I feel bad because if he's stupid because he keeps giving this information, but at the same time, it's like he's not. Why would he have any knowledge that it could possibly in any way be them? Because it shouldn't be.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe he's just dumb. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll find out in episode 2. Welcome to the police. And we start in a movie theater where Toshio and Hitomi are watching a movie that she's clearly scared and saddened by. But
Mhm.
he gets called away on a mission via his pager. Oh, the 80s and 90s.
I was like,
of
yes,
pagers.
a pager.
If you don't know what a pager is, Google that one, folks.
It's real fun.
Yeah. So he goes to meet his contact in the cafe and is like going on and on about his plans that are overheard by Rui because of course they are, because
Yeah.
why wouldn't they be? And as he goes to leave, the older sister screams because of a cockroach and she falls into him right as Hitomi walks in. And Hitomi is like, oh, fuck this shit. I'm going upstairs because she is so pissed about this.
Oh yeah.
But
This
I
like
was hoping-
health
I was like-
code
I was like-
violation.
No, she's pissed because her sister's
I
in her
know,
boyfriend's arms.
I know, but she should be pissed at the health code violation.
Oh, well, she doesn't know about it until like a few minutes later when like Rui
Oh, yeah.
walks up and she's like, what's wrong? No one talk about it. And she's
she's like punting
oh.
the cat in the air.
yeah. She's like, oh, you mean the cockroach? And then it dawns in her brain, oh, you were just afraid of the cockroach. And you know what? I'm so glad that was resolved within like 30 seconds because
Yeah.
this show ain't like that so far. And I'm liking that. It was just that they're focusing on the spy shit and they're like, oh, we've resolved our problem quickly. Great. So they clear everything up they move on with their meeting and this like plan to steal the painting. And I walks in and she's like, I really want to come along. And they're like, you have studying? It's school night? No. She's like, I'm going to do this. And they're like, okay, fine. Just make sure you study before. And then give her orange juice, which they pull a sleeping pill out of their cleavage.
I know, right? I was like,
Just keep a whole stack of them in there.
Yeah, just in case. You never know when you're going to need to pull a sleeping pill out of your cleavage. Wow.
Yeah, apparently twice in 2 episodes. But so she pulls one out, she gives it to her, and she passes out.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, they just drugged their sister.
They got to keep her safe, you know?
Oh my gosh.
They make their entry and find the painting is missing and a man is dead.
I know. I was like, whoa. Also, the like theme music for them during this scene is so good.
Oh, the whole soundtrack to this thing is
gosh.
fantastic.
They're just like, let's put some like slapping bongos and like a slick bass line. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Fantastic fucking soundtrack. I gotta find the OST on YouTube for this one too. So
trust me to come in with the music.
Yeah. So at this point, it is very clear that they're going to be set up and people are now thinking of them as murderers.
Oh yeah. They're totally going to be like, they're cat's eyes murderers.
And they almost get caught, but they make their escape from Toshio and the other police by jumping through windows and then riding a motorcycle through a forest and then throwing their business cards so hard it slashes the cop's tires, making him crash. And like, it could be a razor-edged card, but still so funny. Again, other anime doing that might annoy me, but in the spy shit, I'm just like,
well, they
give
like
it to me.
They introduced the card by like doing a repeated crash zoom in on it before she actually threw it at the cop car.
It cuts to Rui talking with N at a nightclub about the incident, and we learn that it's likely the politician, who I believe was also the previous curator, because they look the same pretty much.
They do look very similar. I don't think they're the same though.
No, okay. That kind of
so that would be like that would be our only critique of like character development and design.
Yeah, those two guys look almost identical. But you know what? That being said, though, they just look like large, rich white people. So
yeah,
I mean, they all, you know. So she's talking about it, and we learn that it's likely the politician in the hallway with a gun.
Whoa,
we're playing Clue. No, they don't say any of that. But
no,
we think it's that, or it's just a hunch.
Yeah.
Turns out that hunch is correct because the politician gets caught sneaking the painting out of his mansion. So that's good. The next day, we've got Toshio, and he's talking to the girls, and they are sneakily setting him up to be in the right place at the right time because they think he needs a break.
Yeah. Which is like, that's cute. Break. They give him at least like a little win.
And so that night, the girls are staking out the politician's house, and they fire an arrow into his meeting room that's like, yo, dummy, we're still going to steal that painting. And which prompts him to be like, how did they know I have it? Oh, let me lay out my entire plan to all of my baddies in the room on how I plan to do this. Which is funny because the arrow has a recording device on it. Because of course it does.
I love it.
Because spy shit. And then Eyes outside bugging his car with a recording device because spy shit.
Spy shit, baby.
They go to do their heist, and the cat's eye take out 2 guards by using their business cards again to cut the belts. So that these guards' pants fall down and then beat them up.
Loved that. I loved it so much.
And so they steal the paintings and they drive off. And like the guy's like, ha ha ha, don't worry about it. I've got trackers on the paintings, which they know. They were listening the whole time.
Yeah, this whole plan felt very like they don't know that we know that they know. Like
exactly. I takes this transmitter and then takes control of the politician's car as it's like chasing her sisters and drives it into the police station.
Yep.
Where they get arrested. Her boyfriend, Toshio, finds the recording device with the murder confession, allowing not only them to clear their names, but for him to get like a really cool win. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, his boss cares more about the fact that the painting got stolen than the fact that he found a murderer.
I don't know. I feel like finding a murderer is kind of more important than a painting getting stolen. That's just me, though.
You would think that. You'd be wrong. That cuts us to our third and final episode here. Be careful of the mini devil.
Ooh.
Which can mean any number of things at this point.
Yeah, I thought this was like a little bit of a misleading title because I was like, what? And then I finished the episode and I was like, okay, I guess.
It made sense by the end. We start mid-heist with Toshio Mr. Presidenting out of a fake display case
Yeah.
and catching Hitomi.
I was
And,
like, oh shit.
she gonna get busted.
Yep.
But apparently it's really dark and he still hasn't seen her face. And as he's holding her on the ground, he's like, I'm going to grab your face so I can look at it. And then accidentally grabs her breast instead.
Just full on boob grab.
Which causes them to both freak out.
I mean, fair.
Understandably. And which this gives her the chance to escape.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how he didn't see her face in this.
I don't either. It's
Like,
so
it
weird. Like,
I'll
he's
tell
the
you
most obtuse detective.
if someone jumped out of a cake and they got and like stared at me, they've got at least a full second to look at me and identify my face, even in low light.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so
Oh, man.
this is where we learn now that people are just realizing that the cat's eye are women.
And it's like, it's not even like they have sort of androgynous looks. Like, they have very hyper feminine looks.
Hyper feminine, cat suited up, long hair, like they are
Like, very obviously women.
And I should note that doesn't obviously constitute that you're always women if you look
No.
like that. But for the 80s and for the
Yes.
series, they're very clearly showing off, at least presenting as women.
Yeah.
How, with security camera footage there might be, the few times you've seen them, or when they're escaping on roller skates in front of police cars, how do they not notice the cat suits?
Right? It doesn't make sense. I literally wrote, how did he become a police officer? If you were that unobservant.
Unfortunately, while Hitomi is roof hopping away, a high school girl is taking pictures of the eclipse for her school newspaper and happens to grab a shot of Hitomi mid-jump across the buildings. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just like, frick, Alice Cullen is doing better detective work than, the entire police department.
And I'm like, this girl must be the mini devil, right? She's gotta be, because she
I know,
plans to
right?
develop the film and send it to the newspapers and magazines to get famous, which is what she tells I. Let's see how all that goes. So
Yep.
we cut to Toshio in a car holding a painting because he's like, I'm not messing around this time. I'm gonna take it and hand deliver it to the new museum no matter what. And I get it. He's trying, okay? He's trying. It's not his fault every time, but at least he's trying when it is his fault. This cuts back to the high school, and I gotta say, I appreciate it when anime takes scenes that are like specific actions like developing film and actually does it fairly accurately. I am someone who has developed a lot of film in his day. I used to be in a film class in high school and I shot, everyone was doing digital. I was shooting exclusively film constantly in that red room, and it was pretty good. I actually, I have a funny story about film.
Oh, no.
So there was a broken TV at the bottom of a hill that we had. And so
oh, no,
I
I
had
know this
black and-
story.
yeah, so I had black and white film. We poured Coca-Cola into the snow around the TV because on film that looks like blood. We took our friend's head and put him in this like shattered glass, and like we had like we broke some pieces so it could look like it was digging into his neck, and then like
Just putting broken glass on your friend's neck, it's fine.
and we like took all these photos of his head smashed through this television in like at the base of a hill in a park. And I was gonna like, develop them and just like have them for fun or whatever. We thought it was funny. We picked up the TV after and threw it in the trash, of course. And then I lost that film.
Oh, no.
And it was the only film in that roll. So someone, somewhere, if they found and developed this film, was like open up their package of film from like Walmart or whatever and started flipping through these photos of this murder scene.
Oh, my gosh. And it's just going to be like some little hipster who like bought a thing of film at a thrift store, like grab bin for like,
Found it on the
25
bus or something.
cents. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where I lost it, whether there's a bus or like an old backpack or something. I don't know, but I never developed it. Someone has it. And I really hope one day I actually find those film canisters. I'd love to see the photos, or someone somehow finds out who it was.
You'll
And,
be on like
I don't know,
Tumblr
maybe the
or Reddit.
podcast. Yeah, exactly. And they're like, look at this crazy, or like some like true crime podcast picks it up.
That would be amazing.
The police have never spoken of this murder, but we found the photos.
Whoa.
Anyways, I can tell you my friend is alive.
Oh, good. You didn't murder your friend?
No. Oh gosh, someone's going to take this podcast poorly. I'm going to get a call from the cops. We were like 16, okay? If someone had gone missing in my town when I was 16, there would have been news about it. Anyways, I sneaks in and dumps all this like development fluid over her classmate who has to run away to clean it off. And she takes this chance to steal the film because she's smart. She's got spy sisters. She's a spy. She gets it.
Yeah, that was like a super stealth thing to do. I was like, whoa, that's impressive.
Yeah, she's quick with it. And so we jump back to the cafe where Toshio is once again spilling the beans to his
Oh my
girlfriend that
gosh.
he doesn't know who's a Cat's Eye member. You'd think that this gag after 4 or 5 times would tire you out. And you would be wrong. It's a classic bit. I love it. Fuck you haters. It's so good every time. I will never get tired of it. I could watch 75 episodes of him constantly sharing his secrets with these girls. And every time I'll be like, you dumb fuck. Ha ha ha. Classic bit. So he leaves. They're having a little family hangout time. And then it turns out that I stole the wrong film because her full classmate comes over to the cafe to show off the photo that she took.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, fuck, 3rd episode in and we've already got a reveal? Oh, no.
Right? I was like, this
And
is
like,
so soon. What are we gonna do? Do we have to kill this teenager?
well, that's I was like, are we about to get a new cast member or are we about to kill a teenager?
Only one of two things can happen.
Yeah, exactly. And so everyone's preparing for the worst. Eyes got her headband over her face, like, oh no. But thankfully, it's just a silhouette against the moon.
Mm-hmm. That was a cool photo.
I was like, literally, they should try and steal that pphoto and use it for promotional material for themselves.
100%. I was like, wow.
It was
put like
such a good
cat's eye
photo.
over it. Yeah, it was great.
But unfortunately, again, her friend lets Hitomi know that the figure matches the girl in the photos almost too well, which she says as she gives her like an I know who you are sort of winky face.
Oh my gosh. I was like, how do you recognize someone's figure? Like,
If you stare long enough, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. But I was also like, how is this teenager smarter than the entire police department?
Yep. And then unfortunately for a 3rd time, because she's suspicious, she comes back that night, which is the night of the heist, and is like, oh, my dad went out for a business trip and I don't want to be alone. So I'm going to stay the night. T fucking he.
My note was literally this fucking girl.
Yeah. So this puts the Cat's Eye girls in a bind because if they leave at night, as they mentioned, they're suspicious. If they stay and the Cat's Eye doesn't show up when they promised, like they always do, they're suspicious.
It's like it's still
These mofos
suspicious.
can't win.
No.
And this girl is not making it easy. Like she's butting her way into convos. She's sneaking into people's rooms and looking for stuff. And it's like, this ain't your house. Stop it.
I know, right? I was like, wow, this chick is a pain in the ass. Kick her out.
Right? And then as this is going on, we get our first bit of mild fan service, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Which is the Rui shower scene. That wasn't sexualized in any way. It's just a quick little toad ahead of the shower. But I was like, ooh la la, was not expecting this. After that, her and her other sister are in robes. And they're, her friend is still being sneaky. And she's like, we're going to play cards. Because if we play cards right now, they wouldn't be able to leave to go do their heist. And I was like, oh shit. I wonder what they're going to do. Psych! They're going to drug another child.
I know. I was like, my notes go, why don't they just drug her like they did to I? And then I put coffee at 12:15. That's a terrible idea. And then I put, oh, they did drug her.
Now, this drug has 1 hour before it wears off. So
I know, which I was like, what is this?
I don't know. They go out on their heist, and I has to go and turn all the clocks back an hour so that it looks like her friend was only asleep for a minute.
Simple yet effective.
This next scene made me laugh out loud so hard. The cops get called because they've set this whole thing up. They got sensors everywhere. It's a whole sensor light board, and they get called to an exit because there's activity scene of a door opening, and it's just some guy delivering 60 things of ramen. He's like, I got told to deliver ramen here, and then they're like, what? And they run off, and because another alert goes off, and it's some guy delivering coffee, and then we get another one, which is activity on the 7th floor window. And they run up there, go, 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 go. But it's just a guy delivering soba who was given very specific instructions to climb to the 7th floor window.
Oh man, I love it so much. But also I was like, wow, the taxpayers' money is going towards this.
well, you think that. We'll get to that. Because all these guys are chasing after them to pay the bill. And they're like, we're not paying the bill. And they like run away and they like lock this door. And that gives our girls the perfect opportunity to make their move. And of course, they do without issue, and then they make a daring getaway from the police on a motorcycle, which involves jumping a highway and using a plunger to swing across in front of a train.
Oh man, it was fantastic.
Spy shit.
No notes.
I love spy shit. It's funny because you might have this exact scene, like I've said in other anime, and I'd be like, bah. But in this thing, spy shit.
Excellent.
It's gonna be my new text tone, is me just going,
oh my
spy
gosh.
shit.
Please send me that text tone so I can put it in my phone as well.
Perfect. So the girls make it back in time as like Ai's friend is kind of like, huh? She's like, what are you doing? You're falling asleep. We're playing poker. Come on. They continue their night and they wake up in the morning and all's good and dandy. And she kind of actually apologizes, like, sorry, I kind of thought you were this girl, but you weren't. But we end the episode with Toshio being told that he personally has to pay the 1,250 yen in delivery fees from his salary. Now, I did the math on this.
I was like, it was 102,000.
100,250 yen.
Oh my gosh.
Which inflated or adjusted for inflation is
no.
23.93 Canadian or 1,790 US, which we learn is his entire month's pay. And I felt bad for the guy because he's a dummy, but that's not his fault. He didn't order the food. He didn't
They better give
cause
him
the food to get
so
ordered.
many free Americanos.
Of course they're not. They're just going to keep adding it to his tab.
Yeah.
And that's where we end the third episode. And man, I enjoy this shit. Like a lot of the stuff we watch that I say I'm going to like watch more of, I do watch more of. When I say I'm going to read the manga, I'm reading the manga. But I'm going to put some of the stuff on hold because I really want to watch more of this one just because it's just dumb, silly, but also still fun, thought out spy shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I love it.
It's so good. If I had to give this a personal rating, like sure, it's very clearly 80s, but it's also 80s in the best ways too. And I really enjoyed watching this. I'm going to assume, because I know you like using IMDb, so I'm going to give both IMDb and the mouse score. I don't know. We're an anime podcast. I don't know why you use IMDb.
I don't know because I work in the film industry.
Fine. So I'm going to say IMDb is going to give it a 7.54.
Oh, you were very close. It's 7.2.
Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm holding up with my decently close marks. Anime list. I'm going to guess that, because this is more anime focused, that people are going to give this like I know it's beloved. I'm going to say 8.39.
Ooh. I was like, you're going to have to pull it up because I don't have it.
Hold on. Oh, I way overdid it.
Really? What is it on?
With 7,000 reviews, it's 7.2.
Oh, so it's the same on both.
Oh, well, there you go. I thought it would have a higher rating because I know that people really love it. Actually, hold on. What am I talking about? An 8.3 would be massive on Mal. I don't know where my reviews are at today. I'm going to pretend I did really good originally with the 1.
Great.
But I would highly recommend people check it out. Even just like for a few episodes, just kind of check it.
Yeah, it's like fun, brainless stuff that you can just put on and enjoy.
I'm absolutely going to check out the City Hunter episode because if they're really well done in like a modern animation, well, I say modern, but they're really well done, then I absolutely want to watch it.
Man, they get like sexier outfits in the modern one. And I was like, these are cute.
They are, but they're not too overdone, right? Like
No,
I was hoping,
I agree.
like my fear of doing a modern remake of this is that they would make it like they'd cut the fun writing and just go for like sexy spy ladies and that's it. But they didn't do that. It was a bit more cleavage, but that's it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
I was like, these women. Well, these women use their sexuality kind of as like a tool. So
yeah,
I was fine with it.
But they kept it like still natural. They didn't like Uzaki-chan wants to hang out it with the the giant jubblies.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm hoping we get more of a modern showing of this, but I doubt we will.
Put it out there, manifest it. Yeah, I agree. I think it was a really good series, and I don't know if I'll watch more of it, but I might, since it is kind of, it's all on YouTube, so it's just right there.
I'm not going to watch all 75 episodes.
No,
maybe
no,
over time, but in the next week I will probably watch another 20.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, you're welcome for your new binge.
Hopefully it stays fun.
I hope so.
I'm talking about it like it's like super fun and cool, but it might end up being shit in like 4 episodes. I don't know.
Oh man.
Check Twitter to find out next week if I think it's
I was gonna say.
Not.
Mackenzie gives his review about the next 20 episodes.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you everybody for listening to our Cat's Eye review. Please like and rate our podcast. That would mean a lot to us and it helps us very much. If you want to get more content from us, you can go to our social medias. We are at Animaties across all of them, and we post some funny things.
Oh baby.
Yep, Mackenzie loves it. Yeah, you can also see if you can find Mackenzie's review for the next 20 episodes, I guess, on X or Twitter or whatever next week.
I'm never calling it X. It'll always be Twitter.
Yep, always Twitter. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week and we'll have some more fun stuff for you. Y'all come back now.
Boo.